Welcome to the ninth seminar for English teaching professionals entitled Spice It Up, Innovative Activities for Your Class. Today, we have the honor of hosting Vivian Brenes and Marianela Garita, distinguished educators who recently led an insightful workshop titled Gamification, Ideas and Tools for Costa Rican Teachers in Primary Schools. In this interview, we will summarize the key points from their session and discuss the importance of using gamification to make our EFL classes more engaging. Before getting into the actual interview, I want to share some biographical information about our presenters. Marianela Garita Brenes is an English professor with nearly 16 years of experience in the field. She has worked at Universidad de Costa Rica, private and public high schools, and at the Language Center at the Universidad Estatal a Distancia. Since 2022, she has been an English tutor at the Inglés para otras carreras department at UNED. She's passionate about innovation and technology, and she is currently pursuing a master's degree in educational technology. Vivian Brenes Mendez is an English teacher with about 7 years of experience in the field of education. She got her bachelor's degree in English teaching in 2015, then her licenciatura degree in 2021, both from Universidad de Costa Rica, where she graduated with honors. She served as an English teacher at a public school under the Ministerio de Educación Pública for approximately 3 years. Since 2023, Vivian has worked at Universidad Católica de Costa Rica. In 2024, she joined Universidad Estatal a Distancia in the Alfabetización Digital and Enseñanza del Inglés en la Región Pacífico Central project. In addition, Vivian also works at the Inglés para otras carreras department at UNED. Vivian is highly interested in continuing her professional development, seeking opportunities for growth and enrichment in her career. We will now get into the questions we have for both of you to learn just a little bit more through this brief interview. The first question I have for you is, what inspired you to focus on gamification in English language teaching, and what common misconceptions do you usually encounter among teachers?
Thank you. It's an honor to be here with you. As teachers, we are committed to many aspects, and one of them is committed to getting updated. Gamification caught my attention not only because it is part of what I learned in the master's program, but because it also offers a structured way to increase engagement skills, respecting individual learning paths. And it's not just about fun. On the other hand, one of the most common misconceptions is that gamification requires advanced technology or expensive platforms. In reality, it's about designing meaningful experiences, many of which can be done with simple materials and strong narrative, for example.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your answer. My second question is, how do you define gamification in the educational context, and how does it differ from simply playing games in the classroom?
This was the first thing Vivian and I discussed. Game-based learning, for example, is all about playing games and using them for the sole purpose of learning something. Gamification is about including elements of games when learning something, and in any level or with different populations, children, teens, or adults. In our workshop, for example, we used a treasure map with 6 stages, and each stage represented a pedagogical moment. Participants also personalized their own avatars who represented their journey. It's playful, yes, but every step is tied up to a learning goal and a reflective process.
Mhm. Thank you so much. You've already touched on this a little bit, but can you share an example of a low-tech or no-tech gamification strategy that has been successful for you or for somebody that you know in a Costa Rican primary classroom?
Sure.
Yeah.
One effective low-tech gamification strategy that, from my experience, has worked well in Costa Rican primary classroom is the use of a plastic or adhesive leaderboard to track group progress using stars, points, or levels. What makes this strategy particularly valuable is that it focuses on group achievements rather than individual performance. This helps avoid situations where students might feel discouraged or left out if their names don't appear on the leaderboard. Instead, each group works together towards shared goals, and when they earn stars or points, they celebrate as a team. This creates a sense of belonging and mutual support. If a group is struggling, members can encourage and help each other improve, which strengthens collaboration and empathy among students. Teachers often personalize the leaderboard with fun themes like animals, nature, or other things. It is recommended to place the leaderboard in a visible spot in the classroom, which builds excitement and keeps students motivated throughout the week. This strategy is simple, cost-effective, and doesn't require any technology, making it ideal for schools with limited resources. More importantly, it promotes positive competition and teamwork, which are essential for both academic success and social development.
Thank you so much. And this has a lot to do with our next question. So, how did your workshop address the fears or hesitations that some teachers have or might have about using gamification, especially for those who feel a little bit less tech savvy?
Mhm. Well, this is a space that at the same time is an opportunity for innovation and continuous learning. It allows us to stay informed, share ideas, and grow professionally. More importantly, we offer practical tools that are easy to use, even for those who may not feel tech savvy. The goal is to empower educators to try new strategies without feeling overwhelmed. It's not just about using technology, it's about using it with purpose to improve teaching and learning.
Thank you so much. And my last question for you, what long-term changes do you hope to see in teaching practices as educators begin to integrate gamification more confidently and more purposefully?
Well, video games are everywhere. They are part of children's and teens' reality. But some of them are related to certain violence elements. And in other cases, because they are games, students have difficulties like coping with losing turns or a game. A long term change would be working on these issues so that learners have tools to manage frustration, know how to work together and collaborate, and are able to identify strengths and weaknesses that have good results for everyone. Um, yeah.
I had to add to Marianella's ideas. As educators begin to integrate gamification more confidently, I hope to see long-term changes that truly transform classrooms dynamics. One of the most important shifts will be toward more active and productive learning environments. Gamified strategies naturally encourage participation, which means students will be more engaged and eager to learn. They'll come to class with a sense of curiosity and anticipation, looking forward to new challenges and rewards.
Thank you. Thank you both. Thank you, Vivian. Thank you, Marianela, for sharing your insights on the importance of using gamification to make our EFL classes more appealing. Your expertise has encouraged us to integrate entertainment, motivation, and educational objectives to enhance our teaching practice and foster engagement in our students. For more information on topics covered in this seminar, please visit our website. The details are available on the screen.